Hey everybody, this is Scott from Texas Prepper Projects, and my channel got hacked on January 31st. In this video, I'm going to describe what happened and how I got my channel back. I'm going to start with the recovery process, and then the last part of the video will be what happened and how to avoid it. If you're a creator, I recommend that you watch this all the way through. But let's start with the recovery process. So the moment that I realized something was wrong was when I tried to log into my YouTube channel dashboard and I got booted. And then I tried to log into my email address for my channel and I got a password error. I opened up my recovery email, which is totally different, and saw that my password had been changed. So I realized something was not right. So the first thing I did was I tried to go through the reset process, the standard reset process. At that point, it was too late. They had deleted my recovery emails, deleted my recovery phone number, and I was locked out. So I went through the standard Google recovery help fraud line, and they had already changed all the information, so that didn't get anywhere. So I'm kind of scrambling, frantic at this point, and I actually called Google support and sat on the phone for 3 hours and got absolutely nowhere with that. I did actually get someone on the phone for him to just tell me that he couldn't do anything and basically kind of shrugged his shoulders. So I realized at that point that I was in trouble and that it was going to not be a quick fix. So then I went into damage control mode. So someone's inside my email, they have control of my channel and my email. What other damage can they do? So the first thing I did is I went and I changed all of my passwords on all of my other accounts that might be affiliated with that, particularly my PayPal account, which luckily is attached to a completely different email address than my YouTube Google account. I went and I changed every password I could think of just to try to block out any other possibilities of, identity theft. I was also trying to think to myself of what other kind of information could be inside that Gmail address that could do me damage. So I have credit monitoring and stuff like that. Let's get into the actual recovery process. So my wife and I and my best friend Will, thanks Will, we're all Googling what to do. And everyone's recommendation is to message YouTube support on Twitter X. And that actually worked. So I had to make an X account, and then I messaged YouTube team channel support, and I'll put the link down below because I know that's not exactly right. And to start I don't use Twitter, and so I was learning it as I go. To create a direct message with someone, they have to friend you first. So you basically blast their channel and say, hey, at YouTube, I got hacked. Message me. Hey, YouTube. And you're trying to kind of get their attention. And I actually got my Twitter account locked because I was spamming YouTube's Twitter account too frequently. Like every 30 minutes, I'm like messaging them saying, hey, I need your help. So it actually took a couple of days for me to even get YouTube's attention. So they friend me, they start a chat, and they say, hi, what's wrong? Now, I'm a pretty technical person, and so like I had screenshots of the change message. Like I gave them as much information as I could. Here's the date, here's the time, here's my old recovery address, like here's what happened, boom, screenshots, whatever. And it took YouTube Twitter support about 24 hours to respond to me, because I understand there's 5 people working for the whole planet. So each of these communications take about 24 hours to complete. So this is not a fast process. So I send them all the information. They reply back to me like, sorry, that sucks. Let's open a support ticket with an account support. Okay, cool. Then they send me, Google support sends me a Google form to fill out. And this actually gets a little complicated because My recovery email for my Texas Prepper email is a Hotmail account that I've had for 30-ish years. And you can't open a Google form with a Hotmail account. So I had to tell them, hey, my recovery email is a Hotmail. And they're like, well, you can sign in with whatever. So now we're juggling 3 different email addresses: my Texas Prepper Gmail, my personal Gmail, and my old Hotmail account that I use as a recovery. So we're bouncing back and forth between two different email addresses to try to recover a third. So they send me a form and they ask all sorts of interesting information, IP address, what computer I usually use to log into, what kind of phone I log into my account with, something called a UID, account identifier, which the only way I was able to find that was from my internet history on my Texas Prepper's Chrome tab. And I'll try to put an example. It's like a 30-digit long number. They also asked who are people that I have frequently sent emails to. So shout out to Mike Tango Whiskey, because I had traded emails with him and I was able to list his email address as someone I had frequently contacted. Hi, Google support. This is Scott from Texas Prepper Projects. This is the hat that I wear in most of my videos. Yeah, that's my logo. I'm in the garage where I shoot most of my videos. I'm confirming that I have done the password recovery reset to my Hotmail account to try to confirm who you are. Okay, cool, I get that. So I had to do that account recovery form 2 or 3 times and then silence. So I have an email thread now with Google support, and I'm still talking to them on X. But the people on X are YouTube account support, and the people on email are Gmail account support. So I'm kind of bouncing back and forth. So I keep messaging the people on X saying, hey, these guys have not replied to me. And the guys on X said, well, you have a account recovery ticket open over there, so just stay over there. I'm like, okay, cool. So finally, like a week goes by and they send me an email saying, okay, we're gonna unlock your account. You've got 24 hours to get in and change it. Well, I was out late that night having dinner with my mom, and so I couldn't get home fast enough, and so they locked it again. And so I emailed them again. I said, hey, can you unlock me again? I couldn't get home because I wanted to ensure that I was logging into the account from my home computer with the same IP address that I had been using for the last 6 months, so they didn't think it was somebody else trying to hack them. So hey, I wanted to do it from the right machine, from the right IP address, and I was at dinner. I couldn't get to it within 24 hours. I said, okay. So a couple days go by and they unlock it again. And so I get in and I recover my email address. All right, so I'm in. So first thing I do is I go to my sent folder to see if the hacker had sent out any naughty emails, which they had not. They just took over my YouTube channel and they were broadcasting some Bitcoin scam. So then I booted them out of the recovery, changed the passwords, pushed them as far out as I possibly could find from every little tab in recovery, kicked them out. I got my email address back. Cool. So I had to email all my vendors who are waiting for review videos and are kind of mad because it's been 2 or 3 weeks at this point that I've gone no contact with them. So I replied to them, said, hey, my email got hacked. I'm back in. My YouTube channel is not online yet, but I got my email back. I said, okay. So that was on Thursday. Get my email back. And I try to log into my YouTube channel. It says your channel's been closed for spam, abuse, harassment because of this Bitcoin scam thing. So I email them back on Twitter. I said, hey, I'm in my YouTube account. I'm in my Gmail account. Can you turn my YouTube channel back on? And I said, well, you have to go back to your support ticket. So I emailed the support ticket 3 or 4 times over this long weekend. Like, hey, I'm in my email. Can you turn my YouTube account back on? So I filed an appeal, which got rejected, emailed them again, emailed them again, emailed again. And this morning, Monday, President's Day, here we are. I got an email at 2 o'clock this morning that my channel had been turned back on. Yeah. So I log in. They said, your channel's been reactivated. We have suspicion of fraudulent use. Check out recent activity and see which one of this is yours. So they show this live stream, this Bitcoin live stream that the hacker broadcasted on my channel on Sunday. I checked this box that this was not me. So they deleted it and poof, I am back. All right, here we go. So welcome back. So there's the steps that I took to get back online. Now let me tell you about how they got me. I'm a very technical person. I work in technology, and I still fell for a really silly phishing scheme, and I am embarrassed. I'm embarrassed on how they got me. So if you are a channel creator, you are going to be flooded with emails of affiliate offers. And on average, I get 1 or 2 emails a day from mostly Chinese companies wanting me to do reviews on their stuff. So I got an email from a company that was pretending to be a third-party affiliate marketing company, which is pretty common. I've worked with them in the past. Today, we've seen your channel. We want to send you some power stations. So cool, I can do that. So we'll click on this link to sign up for our affiliate page and put in your information. Well, that was the first flag that I ignored because no one had ever asked me to do that before. And I've been doing this for 3 or 4 years. And I ignored it because they kind of said the right things in the email. So I went to their website and it said, put in your YouTube channel name, which I did. And then they said, we need you to verify that you own the channel. And that's when I did the dumbest thing ever. And I put in my YouTube account password because the pop-up screen looked just like a Google unified login. And that was really, really stupid. And I gave them the keys to the kingdom. So they took that, they reset all my passwords, and since my password recovery email is a Hotmail account that I don't use very frequently, I didn't catch it till it was too late and it was all over. So creators out there, if you ever get someone email you and ask you to verify your channel, verify that you own your channel, close it, delete their email, and move on with your life. It's taken me 3 weeks to get this back for the dumbest mistake that I never should have fallen for. So a couple other lessons that I've learned from all this is don't be an idiot and click on suspicious links. From a safety security perspective, the fact that my PayPal account and other stuff like that is separated from my YouTube email account is probably a really good thing. If they would have been the same account, the guy could have gotten into my PayPal account and took a bunch of money. Which would have been really bad because my PayPal is attached to my bank account. So that could have been really bad. But having my password recovery email being a Hotmail address, I think delayed this process because Google is sending me Google Forms to fill out to recover a Google address, but I can't fill out a Google form on a Hotmail account. So I think I'm going to change my Texas Prepper Gmail recovery to another Gmail address in a couple of months after the smoke clears from all this. So that way, if I have to password reset, I can use a Google form to recover a Google address. I think please let me know what you think down in the comments, because so I'm working between like 3 different email addresses. Don't use the same password on all of your accounts. I know a lot of us do. Guilty. And make sure your passwords are strong and that you change them frequently. I don't do any of those things. I will be doing that now. And just stay safe out there. So I hope that this was helpful. So high points: if your account gets hacked, make an X account, message them on X, and be prepared to answer a lot of really weird information. And it's going to take a couple of weeks. This was 3 weeks on the nose, and I'm back. So looking forward to making some new videos. I got some cool new stuff coming. So thanks, everybody. Let me know what you think down below, and let me know if this has ever happened to you. Thanks, everyone.